Hi everybody, thanks for joining me again today. We're going to be talking about yoga for the immune system again. Great subject. Yoga is always good for the immune system, but some of the poses are better than others, so we're going to talk about which ones those are and how they affect you. First one we're going to do is our breathing exercises. Remember, yoga is a union of the mind and the body and the breath. Our poses and our breathing all form a moving meditation that helps us to relax, reduces cortisol levels, reduces inflammation and stress in the body, which all supports our immune system. The first thing we're going to do is find a nice easy seated position, and we're going to do our Kapalabhati breath. So whatever is comfortable for you, find a cozy, comfy way to sit. And we are going to be actively exhaling and very passively inhaling. So we're going to inhale through our nose, and we're going to use our abdomen, our diaphragm, to exhale forcefully to a count of 30 times. So just so you can kind of see, you really want to feel that diaphragm working hard. So we're going to inhale through our nose. Deep, deep inhale and exhale. "30 times if you can is great. Do this when you wake up in the morning. It wakes up your mind. It's great for your getting you started for the day. Good for your brain. Good for your memory. Boosts all of your systems in your body. And so that kind of gets the lower lungs really pretty well. It releases toxins, kind of cleans them out, sinuses. But let's do a little different version of it. This time we're going to bring our arms up in a V and bring our tongue to the roof of our mouth and kind of do the same thing. So breathing in. Again, I want to show you how we're definitely breathing out staccato hard. Breathing in, tongue on the roof of the mouth, and 30 exhale. And awesome. Good job. Also, through our yoga, we're going to be focusing on our breath, focusing on that breath, focusing on inhaling very slowly to the count of 8, starting from your belly into your diaphragm, all the way up into filling up your lungs. Slow inhale to the count of 8, hold it for 8, and exhale for 8. Let's do that 3 times. Nice and slowly, please. Inhale. Hold. Exhale slowly. 2 more times. Inhale. Everything filling up, holding at the top. Exhale. And again. All right, now let's try and focus on our breath throughout this class. Focus inward, focus on your breath, focus on how your body is feeling, if there's any stress or tension anywhere. Breathe into it, get that oxygen flowing through all your cells, helping to make everything healthy. So let's start with some twists. Twists, inversions, and chest openers are the 3 poses in yoga, or the 3 various varieties of poses that are especially good for the immune system. So twists, which we're going to do now, wring out your organs, release toxins, help your lymphatic system get going. So let's tuck our right leg under us and bring our left leg over top. And nice straight posture. And let's wrap that right arm around that knee. Bring that left hand out in front of you and just watch it as it goes behind you and comes as close to your body as possible. Keep your spine nice and straight. And let's take 3 of those nice 8 count in, hold for 8, and 8 count out breaths here as we twist. So we're gonna be twisting, turning to our left, and breathing. Wringing out all the toxins, stimulating your digestive system and your internal organs here. And coming back to the front, a little counter twist. Oh yeah, that feels great. And let's trade sides. This time, left leg under, right leg on top. Finding that nice straight posture. Wrapping that hand around, bringing that right hand to the front and taking it all the way behind you, as close to your spine as possible to keep a nice straight spine. And looking over that right shoulder. Once again, taking 3 of those nice long 8 in, hold 8, 8 count breath. You can kind of think of these twist poses as kind of like when you put a kink in your hose. And then when you let it go, you get a fresh rush of water through your hose. And the same with the twists, we get a fresh rush of blood pushing through all of our organs in our body, stimulating our lymph system, activating our white blood cells. There, nice. Okay, well let's come to our hands and knees into a tabletop pose. I'm going to do a few cat and cows to get our spine flowing a little bit, get our spinal juices flowing to warm up. Your hands should come straight down, fingertips wide open, shoulders down from your, arms down from your shoulders, knees right under your hips, about hip width apart. And this is a chest opener because we're going to drop our belly. We're going to look up and tuck our tailbone in a little bit. Inhale when you look up, always in yoga. And as you exhale, use your core muscles to slowly round your back into your cat pose, tucking your tailbone, bringing your chin to your chest, exhaling. And let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, looking up. The slower you do this, the more your core comes into play. Opening our chest muscles, anything where we look up and open those chest muscles activates our T-cell gland in our chest. Our thymus gland makes those T-cells that fight infection. So as we get older, that thymus gland tends not to be as efficient. This helps it to kick it into gear, so to speak. And let's bring our right hand up to the sky and thread it under, shoulder and ear to the mat. And if it's in your practice, you can bring that left hand palm side up to your back, giving yourself a little deeper twist here, opening your heart a little bit, opening your shoulder a little bit towards the sky. I like to practice outside whenever I can. You should get outside and be in the fresh air. Super good for your immune system to get that vitamin D. And let's push away and reach that right arm all the way back up again and back down to our tabletop. And let's do the other side. Left arm up, threading the needle, bringing that shoulder and left ear to the mat. And you can stay here if you like, or if you'd like to bring your right arm behind you, palm side up, And opening up that shoulder a little bit more, opening up that heart, feeling a little deeper twist here. Taking 3 of our nice deep inhale, exhale breaths. And bringing that hand back to the mat, pushing up and reaching up and coming back to our tabletop. Now let's bring our toes together and our knees about as wide as the mat, and bring our glutes back to our heels if you can. We're going to go into a child's pose. And as you push those glutes back, we're going to be stretching our spine forward, creeping those fingertips forward, keeping on your fingertips, and finally relaxing that forehead down to the mat. Keeping that stretch as you push fingertips forward and glutes back. And breathe. And breathe. We're going to stay here for about 5 of those deep breaths. And coming back up, curling those toes under, and coming into our first downward facing dog. This is an inversion. Pedal your feet back a little bit, call that walking the dog. Stretching out your hamstrings. Inversions are super good for your immune system. Anytime you get your head down, you're increasing your blood flow. Anytime we increase our blood flow, we get our lazy white blood cells moving. White blood cells are generally just kind of hanging out in your body. And unless you get your blood really flowing, they're not going anywhere. So if we get them moving, get them working, inversions do that. Really any exercise is great for that. They hit your lymph glands, they get them stimulated. Awesome. Let's breathe here. And looking up between your hands, let's walk all the way up to the top of our mat. And just hang here in a forward fold. And grab opposite elbows if you like. Feel a little bit of gravity pulling, stretching your spine. Breathing, 8 in. Holding it at the top for 8, and 8 out. Now let's bring our hands to our shins or our knees. Make our back nice and flat like a table. And twist a little bit, turn your head to the right a little bit. And turn your head to the left a little bit. And let's fall forward again. This is also an inversion. Cleans out your sinuses. So many good benefits to inversions. Let's bring our hands to our hips and come up one vertebrae at a time, really slowly, all the way up. And reaching backwards to a little mini back bend. Once again, our back bend, our chest opener, activating those T cells. And relax here. Let's raise our hands all the way up again. And forward fold. And this time, let's clasp our hands behind our back. Make our pointer fingers like a pencil. And stretch. Stretching out those shoulders. Intensifying our inversion. And breathe here. And letting your hands come down to your side, bending your knees a little bit, and coming all the way up. Now, if you have a block, you can grab it. If you don't, you can use anything, a can, a flower pot, whatever you've got. Just have a regular yoga block. So what we are going to do some standing twists. I'm going to put the block down in front of me and bring my feet about hip distance apart, and then just out of my way here, twisting up, feeling a nice gentle twist, and breathing. If you don't have a block, you can just come down like this, use your knee as a little bit of leverage, and coming back up. And let's do the other side, either using your block or your knee, a little leverage. And coming back to center, forward fold, keeping our feet hip distance apart, bring our arms all the way up. Come up on your tippy toes, interlace those fingers, stretch, 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 and come down. Rock back and forth on those feet a little bit, giving yourself a nice broad base because we're going to do a balancing pose here. Nice straight posture, keeping all your weight on your right foot, bring that left foot up. And you can stay here if you like. Your right arm can help you with your balance wherever it feels good. You can open out that leg, and if you feel comfortable, you can stretch that leg out to the side. If you want to hold on to a wall, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. Anything that you can do, and bring it in and back to your chest and down. And let's rock back and forth again for a second or two here, getting our balance. Focusing in balance poses on something that's not moving on the floor in front of you about 3 feet. It's called your drisky. Take a couple deep breaths, don't be in a hurry. Find your drisky. One side, inevitably, your balance will be better than the other. So that's fine. Sometimes that changes from day to day. So all your weight on your left foot, bring that right foot up. You might stay here. You might bring it out to the side. This is your practice. Whatever works for you is the right place to be. Finding your focus and your balance. Come back to center, down, and hugging it in and coming back again. Awesome. Great. And coming all the way up and forward fold. Use that micro bend in your knees to protect you. Halfway lift and forward fold again. And let's come back into plank. Bring our feet back. Our little like yoga push-up. We're going to be in our plank, and then we're going to bring our left knee down to the side and come into side plank. Your right foot can be on the floor, or if you want to lift it up, that works. If you like to take that knee out from under you and stretch it out as well, you can do that. And coming back to our plank and coming all the way down and into a little cobra. Cobra is a chest opener, activating our T cells. And coming all the way back down. And tucking your toes and coming back into downward facing dog. And back into plank, and this time bringing our right knee to the mat, hand down, and bringing that that arm over your head, opening your heart, bringing that, turn this way so you can see, you can bring your leg up. If you would like to leave it down, you can leave it down, or for those of you who can bring this leg out to meet this, feel free to do that too. And coming back down, let's come back into our plank and coming slowly down to the mat, up into our cobra, and breathe, and back into downward facing dog. Now let's come down onto our bellies. I'm going to do some locust poses. Lots of chest openers here. So, big toes together, legs straight behind you, and bring your arms next to you, all the way next to you with your palms facing up, and breathe, and bring your feet up and your chest up if you can, and your arms up, and take 3 breaths here, and down. And this time bring your arms out like airplane wings and lift them all the way up. Come back all the way up, long with your feet, and back down. And make a pillow with your hands, rest your left cheek. Find your breath. And this time, let's bring our hands out in front of us like Superman, lifting those legs, lifting those chest up, and breathe. Feel your breath pulsing with your pose, and coming back down. Resting your left cheek, finding your breath. Reaching behind you and grabbing your calf or your ankle or your foot, whatever you can grab. We're going to do bow pose. Opening that chest, lifting everything up. Feel your breath lifting you up. Breathing in and out. And coming all the way down to the mat. And finding your breath. We're going to flip over onto our backs. Do a couple more chest openers. So let's find our way onto our back. We're going to do bridge pose. Now, turn sideways here a little bit so you can see me better. Bridge pose. We're going to bring soles of our feet and our heels towards our glutes. We want to keep our knees square. We don't want them to flare out. So it takes a little energy to keep them square. You don't want them touching. Now we want to bring our hands underneath of us. Clasp your hands under you. And bring those shoulders and triceps under you. You want no stress on your neck or your head here. Should be free. Should just let it set there in place. All the weight should be on your shoulders and triceps. Bring those feet a little closer and then lift up those hips. Lifting it up and breathe. Keeping your knees square. Take 3 breaths here. And then gently bringing your shoulders and arms out from under you and bringing your back down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way to the mat. Find your breath. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Clasping your hands under you. Bring your elbows close together. Bring your shoulders closer together. And once again, lifting up, squeezing those glutes. And breathe. breaths here, focusing on the breath, focusing on the muscles, breathing into the, opening your chest, activating those T cells. And once again, gently working your arms, shoulders out from under you, and gently putting down vertebrae by vertebrae onto the mat. We're going to do that one more time. Clasping hands under, scooching the weight onto your shoulders, and lifting up a little higher this time if you can. And once again, gently bringing your arms back and your vertebrae down, one at a time. Hug those knees in, give yourself a little back massage. Feels really good. And let's do some happy babies. Grabbing your feet if you can, bringing your knees towards your armpits, and as you do this, try to keep your shoulders and your lower back on the mat. And if you rock back and forth, you actually make this pose more effective. This is a great hip opener. We carry a lot of stress in our hips. So by doing hip openers, we lessen the stress in our bodies. And coming back down, we're going to finish up before Shavasana with some spinal twists. So bringing your arms out to a T, and your knees up. We're going to bring our knees to the right and our gaze to the left. And go ahead and gently rest that right hand on top of that left knee. Let's take 3 nice long deep breaths here. And bring your gaze back to center. And your knees back to center. And let's bring our knees over to the right this time. And over to the left. Gaze to the right. And breathe. Massaging all those internal organs, giving them a fresh boost of blood, white blood cells into your lymphatic system. And if you're outdoors, even all the better. And bringing those knees to center, gaze to center, giving those knees one more hug. And coming into our final Shavasana. This is the most important pose of all because we have been getting our bodies and our minds ready to, we've been moving meditation. This is a quiet, still meditation. Palms up, arms out at a slight angle, feet open at a little angle. Noticing your natural breath returning. Diaphragm gently rising and falling. And breathe. Don't let any thoughts of the day invade your practice here. If any thoughts try to come into your head, just notice them, let them float on by. They'll be there in a few minutes. Perfect world, you want to stay in this pose at least 5 or 10 minutes, but we are going to cut that a little short. You can go back to it if you want to, just for the sake of the video. So when you're ready, turn over on your right side, using your arm as a pillow. And slowly, your eyes still closed, work your way into seated position. And bringing our hands to heart center and our chin towards our chest. Say thank you for taking this time to practice with me today, and thank yourself for taking the time to nourish your mind and your body and your spirit. Namaste.